Today, I want to share my story and experience with the Guns N' Roses concert I attended back in 2017 here in Ireland. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is about music and spirituality. Here I share my stories and experiences in that context. Maybe this can help someone to look at their life beyond the social and financial boundaries. Without further ado, let's get to it. The so-called knowledge is the barrier that prevents us from living life authentically in its freshness, in its beauty and grandeur. When I say knowledge, I'm referring to the knowledge borrowed from others. The knowledge that is not yet in your experience, but more like a dust that collects in your mind, that models your vision, that makes you feel disconnected from life, makes you less sensitive and receptive. Now, what does this have to do with my Guns N' Roses experience? Let me tell you, I always loved Guns N' Roses. It was one of the first bands I listened to and admired back in the day when I was in Syria, my home country, way before I moved to Ireland in 2015. By the way, I have a video about my story. I'll put the link in the description box if you're interested in knowing more. Now back to it. In 2017, while I was already settled in Ireland, I heard the news about Guns N' Roses coming to Ireland for their tour Not in This Lifetime, which was named after the band Reunion. And that was a huge deal for the band because the original members, particularly Axl Rose, Slash, and Duff McKagan, did not play together since 1993. So I did not want to miss such an opportunity. Fortunately, as a surprise gift, my beautiful wife got us tickets to the concert. She managed to get the best location in the venue, just a few meters away from the stage. I was super excited and pumped and couldn't wait to see the band live. But there was still a couple of months before the event. So I started warming up by listening to their previous concerts that took place in North and South America, as they happened to be a few months earlier than the one I was about to attend. Of course, the set list is the same, and I watched like tens of these concerts uploaded on YouTube over and over again. At that time, I was working at Google, and there, they offer flexibility at work. Plus, I was one of these guys who pretended to work hard, but in fact, I had a dedicated tab on my second screen that was always playing some music or video. And at that time, I was excessively consuming the Guns N' Roses material all day long. And it was the same exact set list that they were going to play in Ireland. And this is where I went wrong. I literally memorized every single song from their set list. Every lyric, every gesture and trick they made on stage. In a way, it was too much. I became obsessed with the Guns N' Roses gig, and I watched as many of their previous concerts as I could since their reunion. The concert was at Slane Castle, a famous venue for classic rock bands. We're talking Thin Lizzy, U2, Queen, the Rolling Stones, and many other bands and artists who played there. It was like an hour away by bus from where I used to live in Dublin. There was a shuttle bus service for the concert. We took the very first bus and headed to Slane Castle. Unfortunately, it was a rainy day and the band took a long time to show up. We went there early, around 12 p.m. and there were hours of opening acts and a couple of hours gap until the band finally showed up around 8 p.m. as far as I remember. So we're talking 8 hours standing on our feet. When the band started their show, we were already tired. Even our phone batteries died quickly. We couldn't really capture enough content of the show, but it was really exciting to see Axl Rose and Slash in close proximity. I was really happy about that, but a few minutes later, I realized that my mind was spoiling the experience. And it started to repeat what I watched before the concert in an intrusive and overwhelming manner. In a way like, oh, I know that, I've seen it before. And this affected the aliveness of the show in my own perspective. I was also exhausted from the 8 hours wait and previous acts. Not to mention, at that time, I wasn't fully aware of my thoughts and emotions. I was only consumed by work and the new life I was having in Ireland. So all these factors played a role in how I experienced the event. It was a superb show. I definitely recognize that, but I did not have the energy and right perception to receive it well. The point I'm making here is that if you're not conscious enough of what's going on in your mind, if you don't experience enough moments of stillness and peace within yourself, then I want you to know that this is not a joke. As humans, we have the capacity to reach higher peaks in our well-being. And if you're not moving in that direction, there is a good chance that you're going downhill. It's only a matter of time to realize that. But then it's going to be late and more arduous to get back on the right track. At this very moment, you have only 3 options. A, do nothing, but expect the worst and keep blaming others for your misery. B, take very slow and reluctant steps towards your ultimate peak and well-being. Or C, put this as your top priority and go all in and never compromise or look back. Your life, your well-being should be the only thing that matters now. It's totally up to you how and in what direction you want to move. If you don't take sincere steps, your mind can ruin your life experiences. Maybe slowly, but surely. Your energy levels will drop gradually. It will affect your productivity at work and the way you enjoy things, the way you learn, make art, and produce music. It all depends on how friendly you are with your mind, how respectful and loving to yourself. So consider this as a wake-up call. And if you're interested in mindfulness, music, and guitar, then stay tuned for more. I'll be sharing tips and methods from my experience to help you become more aware of your inner world and eventually be free, blissful, and release the fragrance of your creative energy.